Welcome back, friends. We are learning object-oriented programming with Java, and here in this lecture, we're going to start our journey with a class and object. So let's start. We all know that there are different objects referring to the same class. We can create multiple objects for the same class that are also called as instances based on different cases or uses. A Java object is a self-contained component which consists of different methods and properties of the same class to make certain type of data useful. It has a specific value. A class system allows a program to define various new classes that are also called as derived classes in terms of an existing class, superclass. Base class could be there, and we can create multiple derived classes by using a technique called inheritance, and we have overriding and augmenting as well. There are different objects referring to different classes. Uh, we have multiple instances of same class, and each object could be used for different set of purposes. Uh, let's understand here with an example. We have a class called student, which have two different variables, one of type integer and another of type string. Then we have the main function, and within the main function, we have created the object of this class using the new keyword. The object is called as s1, and we have s1.id and s1.name to refer the variables of this class. We can display the values on the screen. We have class objects. We have class called animal and multiple objects referring to the same class. The objects could be visualized as different species of animals. We have lion, we have tiger, we have elephant, we have birds, we have dogs, wolf, giraffe, deers, and more. This is an example. Here we have a class called dog, which consists of different variables or parameters and different methods. A dog may have four different variables called breed, size, age, and color that define a species or particular dog and distinguish one dog from another. Similarly, a dog may have different set of methods or functions called as eat, sleep, sit, and run. So we can create different objects. Here we have three different objects which can have different values assigned to different variables. And based on that variable, we can perform various methods of operations. To say the breed is Napoleon Mastiff and the size is large, age is 5 years, and color is black. This is an object. Similarly, we can have a breed called Xiao Xiao, size is medium, age is 3 years, color is brown. So we have the same parameters defined in a class, and we have a specialized or specific method assigned to the instances or objects. The difference between class and object is very fine. We don't need to confuse here. An object has a state in which all the properties has the values that you either explicitly define or that are defined by default settings. It could be defined or based on users. Uh, it is a difference between the class and object that shows where is a tendency we want to use them interchangeably of the context. There are different ways to create an object in the Java. We can use a new keyword that we used earlier in the example. We can also use the new instance method to create an object of the class. We can use the clone method also to create objects. We can use deserialization, and we can have factory method being implemented to create objects. All of these are not important. We can get perfection over certain things. Simple would be most useful. We can also create object or instances of the class outside another class. In earlier example, we have the main method placed rightfully inside the class where we are interested in creating the object. We can create object outside the class. The student class is different, and we have different class, trial student, which has no relation with that class, but both are part of the same program or same file. We can create that thing. There are generally three ways to initialize an object. We have created an object and now we want to initialize or assign value to different variables using the object of the class. We can use a reference variable, we can have a method, we can use by a constructor. We can assign values based on these three mechanisms. First is initialization through the reference. We can initialize an object variables of the class by means of objects by storing data directly into the variable objects. In the class, we have two variables, say ID and name of integer and string types. We have different class, and we can create object of the same class, and we can assign value by using a reference. We have object called S1 of the student class. We can assign value to ID, say 101 if we want to assign a number. We can assign it by referencing object S1 dot name of the variable. That's way. Similarly, we can assign the name as anything, any string you want to assign. This is the first mechanism. Then we have different methods. Say we can initialize a value through methods. If a class have different methods, we can operate on various methods. The method may get or take input based on different variables. Here we have two variables of type integer and name. We can pass uh, values directly to this method. The format of writing this would be the object name s1 dot a method of the class and pass the variables directly within the braces separated by comma or any delimiter. Then the third method is to initialize using the constructor. It would be similar to using the method. There could be multiple constructor or multiple methods of the same class. So there are different objects. An object that may be referring to different set of libraries, and the object class is referring to Boolean, character, class, math, runtime, number, string, system, thread, and throwable different classes. So we can perform various operations, and we have to learn the different hierarchies, things, models that are being there. The class objects could be denoted here. It could be used with all kind of variables, data types, and methods in the class. The object methods of the class object class are different that we can use. We can use finalize, we can use a close that creates the copy of the object. If you want to create a multiple object having the same set of values of the variables, we can create a clone of existing object. We can have a hash code to create suitable for putting the object into hash collection, which is a data structure. We can perform various tools for concurrency and locks, implementing of locks and file handling. We can have notify all, wait. That is a function of threads class. We are going to learn later. We can convert the text representation of the object to string using the toString method. Similarly, we have different classes. If we have the name of object and we want to learn about the class, we can use this method getClass where we can get information about objects type or class. Similarly, we can use the finalize method to call for garbage collection. That is the end of stuffs. So we are going to learn more in the coming lectures. Till then, keep learning and keep moving ahead.